Lummox is like this middle 20s kid that makes YouTube videos and lives off of like the underbelly of my content. You ever see like those sucker fish that live on the belly of like old sharks? That's what Lummox is.
I'd beat Lummox.
Oops, needed to change the thumbnail. Wall of the Eyeless. It's like, what caster is using Mana Leech? Like, I understand the whole point behind it, but it's like, oh. Morning, everybody. How are you guys doing? Thoughts on the Charlie Kirk shooting? Can you be more specific? What would you like me to have a thought on? Direct me. Because I've spoke on it at length probably 6 times now in a public setting. So I just don't want to sit there and rehash things that, like, a whole spiel that people have probably already heard. Do I think he deserved it? No. No. Like, hey, Charlie wasn't even that bad of a person, dude. Like, if you wanted to like call somebody a fascist, that wouldn't be the one. You know, a guy that sits out in the park and like lets you debate his points and has communication. Like, that's the whole thing that keeps people out of wars, bud. Like, when you stop having like conversations with people, nothing changes. That's when it makes it easier to do like hateful, vengeful things to people. Like, what you're seeing right there is just somebody that was indoctrinated and a sick individual. And, you know, like, I've asked myself a bunch of times, like, what is the cause of like the rise of like all this like mass violence, like in schools, church, political, whatever it might be. And the only thing I can think of is it's a amalgamation of a bunch of different things. Like, I think one of the most let me get my thoughts here, because I'm trying to come off the top of the head with this. One of the biggest plights on society today that I think people are ignoring or doesn't get talked about is male loneliness. And this is not me blaming females or anybody, because like, it doesn't have to be just females. It could be anybody, right? There's a phenomenon that was created by the internet called hoflation, where like anybody that is somewhat attractive, or somewhat desirable to be a partner with, has had their dating pool expand 20-fold, right? Like, generally, like a girl that had a good head on her shoulders, or a guy that had a good head on his shoulders, would have like 4 or 5 suitors at any given time. Now they probably have 200. So, like, it's a mixture of like male loneliness, the economy, the fact that, you know, young men and women right now are facing the realization they might never own a house to call their own, right? There's never going to be a time in their life where they get to lay their head down and say, like, this is mine, nobody else can take it from me, right? Home ownership slowly gets slipping away from people. Fast food is at the point where like it's breaking people. People are barely getting by. They're living off of karma and like paying fors, and like, and everything in the society is designed to like keep you in debt, right? Like, everything's designed to keep you chasing what the next person has. Like, It's all glorifying like riches, cars, and things of that nature. And like all of it feels like to a person that's by himself and has no real support structure, like it's oppressive, right? And then you get into echo chambers, right? You get into these chambers where people like are going through the same thing you're going through, and you feel like, oh, well, at least I have a band of brothers. And that band of brothers can be in numerous subjects, right? They're echo chambers. They can be anything. And it could come from left wing, right wing, above the track, under the track, poor, rich. Everybody has these echo chambers. And this is the cause of it. This is the overlying end result of what this builds, right? And I think it's a problem that we can't fix overnight. It's a fundamental problem with society as a whole. And it's just something we got to learn how to deal with, or at least address. Access to guns, dude. I can't really speak on that. Is it easy to get access to things that can harm others? Right, 100%, 100%. But it could be much worse too. Right? It could have been much worse. Right? If somebody actually wants to harm you, it doesn't require a firearm. And you're going to say, well, the precision of this firearm allowed him to do what he wanted to do. But like, I have to tiptoe around this subject because like I don't want to get my YouTube channel demonetized. But people can do other things that can cause a lot more harm with a lot less precision to get the same job done. People been shit to each other well before video games, movies, TVs, and the internet, right? Like the crusade didn't start because somebody had a fight on fucking Reddit. And the crusade had no firearms whatsoever. Like it's a people problem, it's a heart problem, it's a love problem. And the internet is making it harder to love people. I plan on having 150, 200 people here at most. Quit advertising how many viewers I got. I don't care. I don't care, bud. Yeah, I went to sleep at like 10 o'clock and I slept at 2 and I got up at 2. I went into like the lolcow Discord and they were fighting about anything they could fight about. Like they were just, there was a guy drunk. And like that was annoying, so I was like, "Fuck! Oh damn, that's it." I know the level requirement sucks, but that's pretty good jewel. I'm gonna keep that. My opinion on banning public speeches to avoid stuff like this. Make it harder, but you can't live your life in fear. Can't live your life in fear. 'Cause you live your life with what is, you're giving up freedoms for safety. I'm not about that life. I'm not going to change a single thing I do. If that's the case, why do we still amass in like bulk to watch movies or go to concerts or any other place that somebody could like target? Right? You can't live your life in fear. You could do what you can do to make it less, right? Like you can put metal detectors and stuff, whatever up. But at the same time, it's like, that's more about liability than anything else. Like, if I want to go to a concert, I'm going to go to a fucking concert. Because look at it this way. If you sit in a corner all your life because it's the safest place for you, did you actually live a life? This is coming from a 400-pound land monster that goes for trophies on a PlayStation. Bob. Keeping that thing on you actually probably puts you at in more danger. Like, I used to carry a pistol. I honestly did. I used to carry a pistol with me everywhere. We used to have a shoulder holster. I would carry it right under this arm. And I'd carry a full-size pistol because I was young and fucking dumb, and I was geeked up, and like, yeah, I wish somebody'd fuck with me. You know, that kind of person, right? But you learn that, one, it's fucking uncomfortable. 2, it chafes you if you're a fat fuck like me. And 3, all it does is amplify your chance of wanting to use it or have someone use something of theirs against you. People have weapons, right? So you got to take every situation and fully assess the situation instead of like, okay, how many times on social media have you seen somebody pull a weapon and it backfire on them? Right? If they didn't have that weapon, all that would have happened was like, oh, they talked some shit. Maybe they had to talk to the cops. Maybe they had to bail out, right? But at the end of the day, they get to go home if they didn't have that firearm on them. And like the amount of times that you're going to have that firearm on you, like on your person, and actually be useful is, I feel like you have a better chance of winning the lottery, honestly. Like, don't get me wrong. I own firearms. I keep a firearm in my truck, right? I always have some level of protection close to me, but I don't keep firearm in my truck to protect me from people. I keep it to protect me from coyotes and wild dogs and things of that nature. Like, it's one of the things that I want to have that cool down period if I'm thinking of going to that level of force. Should never keep it on you. Never helps. You don't think I'm making a jog back to the truck? Well, dog, I'm fat. Usually, if I'm going somewhere, I'm parking the truck close as humanly possible. But if it's an event like a movie theater or something, and I make it back out to the truck, and there's somebody blasting, honestly, I'm probably just getting in the truck and leaving. I'm not gonna run back in there. Unless there's like somebody in there I absolutely love or respect. Have I ever gotten close up in the heat of someone? No. No. I've almost had to use it on dog before. I was back when I was like 24, 25. Went on a date with this girl, and I got her back to her house about 12 o'clock, and there was just this pack of bulldogs just roaming the neighborhood. So I got my pistol out the truck, and I walked her to her house. The dogs just watched us do it. I got back in my truck, and I left. That's probably the closest I ever got to actually pulling it out with the intent of like using it for my safety. You think love will have a chance against you on Wednesday? I don't know. I don't really care, honestly. I'll do my best. Like, I haven't been playing a whole lot of Call of Duty lately. He might be a beast. I'll try my best. I'll give them all. But win, I win. If I lose, I lose. It don't really matter. I lost a 1v1 after talking shit just like 2 weeks ago on stream. I didn't freak out about it. I just don't give a shit. Like back when I freaked out against Syndicate, Call of Duty was like my fucking life and like my only source of income. Now I don't really have to play Call of Duty if I don't want to play Call of Duty. So it's like I don't give a shit, right? Like my life doesn't depend, and my livelihood doesn't depend if people think I'm good at Call of Duty. Not to mention I'm fucking 15 years older at this point. I still got fucking sportsmanship issues. I get to be a little bit of a baby when I lose, but like who gives a fuck, right? Not that big of a deal. Hey guys, if you could hit the like button. Let's see if we get YouTube to send the video out. Let's see if we get to 150 viewers this stream. Because people are in here crying about, oh, you got 87 viewers. Dude, I'm playing a game nobody cares to watch. Everybody knows it's boring at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm doing this to have somebody to talk to while I sit here and do something that's brain dead. Dude, you have a picture of me with a cowboy hat on that I picked up at Tractor Supply 20 years ago. And you're complaining about my audience. See, I didn't see any, like they blame transgender, which I thought it was going to be transgender too, right when it first happened, because Charlie has a history of like going against the LGBT, and they're more on the extreme side of like the leftists. But like I didn't see anything on those bullet casings that screamed like, "Oh, this is transgender." You know, like Bella Ciao was like the anti-fascist song. You had like Helldivers, anti-fascist. You know, hey fascists, catch shit. You had like the neutron bomb from Helldivers. Like you had a lot of video game references. Looks like this stream's getting deleted.